washing your hands with soap and running water, wearing a mask and social distancing.
Thank you. That was fun, wasn't it, Wakadimba? Did you learn as much as I did from those young and smart brains? Super! That's all for today, my Waka friends. Remember, always wear a mask and keep your hands clean. It's goodbye!
In the news tonight, City of Windhoek secures 155 million Namibian dollar loan for new power substation to avoid load shedding.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Welcome to this evening's edition of News on One. Here are the headlines. Correctional Service Head defends 15,000 shortlisted candidates. Amushilelo takes on universities' registration fees. Ministry of Health and Social Services refutes claims of doctors using flashlights at Engela. Correctional Services launches food production project in Marienthal. And Business on One, Comments Corner, Sports and the Weather. The Namibian Correctional Services Commissioner General Raphael Tuhafeni Hamunyala stated that they provided equal opportunities to applicants who met their requirements, and it was a challenge to narrow the list because there were many eligible candidates.
The first phase of fitness examination of candidates by the Namibian Correctional Service started today countrywide. In Windhoek, shortlisted candidates competed in the 2.4 kilometers run at the Independence Stadium and as well as the Commasdal Soccer Stadium. NCS Commissioner General Raphael Tuhafeni Hamunyela spoke to News on One to give insight on the process and clarity amidst concerns over the shortlisting of 15,800 candidates for 200 positions.
We didn't make any restriction to say, okay, for you to apply, you must first go to the office of the governor. If the list become at the office of the governor become full with 20 people, then those are the only people who should apply. We never said that. Hence, when we allow people, everybody to apply free and fairly, it will become a challenge to the Namibian Correctional Service to decide and shortlist some and not shortlist others who meet the same requirement. How are we going to choose which mechanism? Because I still need the country to assist me. Which mechanism do they think is best to shortlist a certain number? We know the challenge in the Namibian Correctional Service, and I don't think there's any person who knows it better than ourselves. We have a dilemma of choosing specific people on top of other people. We should listen to everybody who meets the requirement, and we are giving to give a free and fair assessment to everybody. Anyone who failed the assessment, you go home. You cannot accuse any one of us to say, yeah, the Correctional Service only are shortlisted the people who are the family to their officers. No, don't want that. I make it clear, and the Correctional officers, all of them, they know. Anyone who applies and they meet the requirement must be in our shortlisted list.
He added that the 200 successful candidates will be determined by the census ratio, and the number from each region will vary.
The candidate to the college there, per region there varies. It's not equal, because as I'm saying, it's determined on the census ratio, which is saying this region is having this region is having this. It's in terms of that ratio that they are going to portion the number of the people who will be taken per region into the training college. We are literally going to have to use the mathematical ratio to say, because commerce is having this number of the population, then their ratio of the people from that one, it should be this one. This held up is this, Karas is this, Erongo is this, and what. Then together it give us a total of 200. I'm just requesting the public to assist us to run this process freely and fairly. And if there are some of the things which they think is not being done well, also to come in and advise us, rather than just trying to make SMS to social media.
Standing here is Chief Correctional Officer J.N. Sililo. I'm at the starting point for this physical fitness test, Namibia Correctional Service. For one to qualify or to go to the next stage for the physical fitness test, has to finish the 2.4 kilometer within 9 minutes 59 seconds. That is all that's happening here.
Got your feel-good vibes.
99 FM.
Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters Economic Commissar Michael Amushilelo handed over a petition to the University of Namibia and Namibia University of Science and Technology demanding the removal of registration fees in order for students to access education.
Amushilelo staged a solo protest this morning at the country's biggest university, calling on tertiary institutions to abolish registration fees. According to Amushilelo, universities can find other alternatives to generate funds. He threatened to create havoc where he will show up at institutions on a daily basis should the institution charge students.
Registration fees must fall because these registrations hamper a lot of students from basically achieving their goals and their dreams that they have in life. So today we had a good discussion with the prof when we handed it over to him. So we're looking forward to a positive response from UNAM. And the reason why we started off with UNAM is because UNAM is the biggest and largest university in the country. It has the largest student population. So if UNAM sets a precedent for registration fees to fall, then that simply means that all other universities are going to follow suit, because UNAM is the sort of the big brother, and the big brother sort of obviously has an influence on the other sisters and the siblings and so forth. So depending on the response that we are going to get from UNAM, we are then going to decide whether we are going to start toy-toying, which means total shutdown of UNAM campuses across the country, and that includes all other tertiary institutions. So what we're basically saying is stop with asking students or stop demanding for registration fees, and once that is stopped, then unfortunately there won't be a need for us to be toy-toying.
UNAM Acting Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs, Ferdinand Gideon, stated once Amushilelo sends the petition in writing, he will consult the university's board. Amushilelo casually addressed the officials.
I was not aware of this engagement, so there is nothing really I can inform you right now. But I have heard what he have said, and I inform him actually to share with us, everything in writing, so that we can put our hands together as management and be able to respond, and also, fully inform our stakeholders, be it students or be it the public at large. As soon as we receive the petition, we'll be able actually to sit on it and apply our mind and be able to respond to our stakeholder.
At last, Mshelelo was prevented from entering the premises, but he did receive an audience from senior officials who came out to listen to him. Mshelelo stated that they will take matters into their own hands and disrupt the current ongoing registration process at different universities if he does not get a favorable answer soon.
Ministry of Health and Social Services Executive Director Ben Nangombe acknowledged that the health sector is facing challenges, but said that many are being addressed continuously and good progress is being made. Nangombe's remarks came after the Popular Democratic Movement Member of Parliament Hidipo Hamata issued a media release alleging deplorable conditions at the Ingela District Hospital in the Ohangwena region.
Health Executive Director Ben Nangombe denied claims made by PDM Member of Parliament Hidipo Hamata that doctors at the Engela District Hospital in the Ohangwena region are using cell phone flashlights for operations. Hamata alleged that the hospital's sewage pumping machine is faulty, laundry machines and mortuary are broken, amongst others. Nangombe stated that Hamata's claims are void of any truth and that Hamata did not engage the hospital's management after his findings. Thus, Nangombe discouraged leaders from making unfounded statements that will have a negative effect on the rest of the public.
The awareness made by the Honorable Hidipo Hamata regarding the issues at Engela Hospital are not factual. It would have served the Honorable Member of Parliament well if, after his visit, he had actually debriefed the hospital management to raise the concerns or the observations that he has made so that certain things can be clarified. So the reasons for the press release by the Honorable Hamata are only known to himself, but he would have been better informed to engage the hospital management, ask questions, and be provided with the factual information and what is being done. Yes, the health sector has got challenges, we know, but it is also true that we are making efforts to address these challenges. We are making good progress in this regard, and we want public leaders and others to work with us and not, for example, spread information that can have a negative effect on the health-seeking behavior of members of the public, which could lead to loss of lives, etc., etc. So we are open to engaging the Honorable Member of Parliament if he wants more information, but we also advise that factual information must be obtained before we send out alarmist press releases to the public.
Nangombe explained that the hospital has 2 standby power generators, one of which is fully operational. Therefore, doctors do not use torchlights or cell phones in theatre. Nangombe adds that purchase orders have been made to fix the laundry machines and replacement of the sewage pump has been submitted to the ministry's procurement unit.
On the question, for example, the standby generator, the Honorable Member of Parliament makes reference to 1 standby generator. The hospital has 2 standby generators. He may have only seen 1, but there is a second one that is working. There is one that is undergoing repair, and that I think is the one that he made reference to. On the issue of the laundry services, we are in the process of repairing the machine. The practice of sending the laundry to be washed at other facilities. We have to do that because if a machine is broken and it's undergoing repair, we will have to make plans to have the laundry washed elsewhere. We can't sit idle and allow it to pile. That is the reason why that is happening. On the issue of the mortuary, yes, it is true that there are 3 cabinets in the old mortuary that are not working, which are also being addressed in terms of repair. And the hospital has a second mortuary facility that can accommodate up to 20 bodies. So, and this was recently installed. So we cannot say that there is a challenge as far as the mortuary space is concerned.
Nangombe added that the ministry has further made arrangements with the Helau Nafidi Town Council to ensure that sewage generated in the hospital is safely disposed of. According to Nangombe, this arrangement fits in well with the philosophy of whole-of-government approach to the delivery of public goods and services.
It's back to school, back to early mornings, back to routine, back to homework, uniforms and school lunches. So, we've got specials to get you back to school with a smile. Like 500 gram Spar cornflakes for only $26.99 and 400 gram Parmalat or Melrose cheese slices for just $44.99. Plus, we're giving away extra smiles with cash bursaries worth $10,000. Only at Spar.
The Namibia Correctional Service, together with other stakeholders, launched an integrated food production project on a 6.8 hectare plot in Marienthal last week. According to the Commissioner General of Namibia Correctional Service, Rafael Tuafeni Hamunyela, this joint effort will support the upscaling of domestic food production while developing agricultural value chains to improve socio-economic outcomes countrywide.
The project is a collaboration between Namibia Correctional Services, the United Nations World Food Programme, and Impact for Africa. The project is sponsored by Lithon Project Consultants, a company that deals in engineering, construction, project management, and infrastructure development. According to Hamunyela, the plot allocated for the project belongs to the Namibia Correctional Services. He explained that the project plans to invest in tools, seeds, farm-level storages and packaging for the production of a variety of high-value crops for local and international markets.
This joint effort will support the scaling up of domestic food production, the development of agricultural value chains, and improvement of socio-economic outcomes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have drawn lessons from the current global challenge of food security and affordability. One of these lessons is the importance of working together to enhance our capacity to locally produce adequate food for the nation. Therefore, I am proud to state that the cooperation between the United Nations World Food Programme and the Namibian Correctional Service has been a step in the right direction.
The World Food Programme Country Director in Namibia, George Feda, added that the projects such as this will help Namibia to gradually decrease the amount of food imported and will help substitute that number into exports of locally produced food.
So this project is supposed to showcase to us how we can manufacture food through a production processing and the value addition, making sure that the food gets onto people's tables in a very healthy, nutritious way, and also making sure that people make money out of the food production and processing business. And so this is one of the examples that we are partnering with the National Correctional Service across the country. We're also doing the same with the communities as well as a few resettlement farms that would like to have this model, and then also a few individuals that have formed cooperatives, like for example the Zambezi Horticultural Association.
Also speaking at the occasion was World Food Programme's Regional Director for Southern Africa, Mengestab Haile, explained why Namibia has great potential to achieve food security.
This region, the SADC region, is the most potentially best region in terms of be it agricultural potential, human potential, natural resources, you name it.
The project is set to provide leading-edge methodologies of regenerative agriculture, making Namibia one of the first in the world to apply these practices on a large scale. So far, Lithon Project Consultants has provided 2 bulldozers, a farm manager, and has recruited some of the inmates from the Namibia Correctional Services to embark on agricultural studies in order to be the first to start working on the project.
Welcome to this evening's edition of Business on One. With the unemployment rate among the youth estimated at 50% in the country, MultiChoice Namibia, through the Talent Factory, has given 3 youth from the creative industry the opportunity to enhance their skills. The year-long training started on Monday and is taking place in Lusaka, Zambia.
This year's chosen trio to attend the MultiChoice Talent Factory in Lusaka, Zambia is Tekla Nakale, Romeo Uririka, and Fikameni Polis. MultiChoice Namibia Managing Director Roger Geertse said that this project is aimed at meeting the government halfway in creating jobs for the youth, especially for those in the creative industry.
Industry professionals, please hit the call. We have over 1,000 Namibians that have already registered and are actively participating in the MultiChoice Talent Factory portal and who is benefiting from that. So this is really our social value project to also assist our government in creating jobs for the youth, and also to make sure that we grow this economy together from a private sector point of view as well.
Geertse stated that with the Talent Factory project, creators will be taught on how to create content that can generate cash. Geertse said the project will teach the creators on how to execute their work as well as sensitize them on copyright.
So the importance for us in terms of the youth development in the arts and creative industry is that we all know that content creation is taking center stage these days. Everybody's on their smartphones or their devices and creating content for social media and other purposes. Through our MultiChoice Talent Factory project, we are able to develop the skills and to develop the content creators so that their content can be patented but also rights protected, so that at the end of the day they can generate income from the content so created.
Geertse further urged creatives to participate in the MultiChoice Talent Factory and masterclasses for them to boost their talents but also to earn an income at the end of the day.
That is all we have for you. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages for more on the business front.
The Namibia Revenue Agency, NAMRA, has within the first 5 months of the 2022-2023 financial year collected 50% of the 50 billion Namibian dollar revenue target. This target has since been adjusted by the Line Ministry, and the agency's commissioner, Sam Shivute, has confirmed in an exclusive interview that it is well on course to further exceed this amount. Moses asked why the agency is reaching its target and still confiscating imported items. Tommy said the taxman should also focus on refunds. Festus wants to know how the tax collected will be utilized. Johannes advises that Namra improve on services by opening a call center. And that's it from Comments Corner. Please continue engaging with us on our stories for broadcast on News on One. The director of the Namibia Premier Football League, Mabos Fries, has revealed that a total of 16 matches will be played over the weekend, including double headers. The Dabmarine Namibia Premiership matches for round 8 and 9 will resume as Blue Waters host their first home match against Orlando Pirates at the Jan Wilkins Stadium this Saturday in Walfish Bay.
Most football clubs across the country have already set the ball in motion for the new year, playing friendly matches in preparation for the second half of the league. The director of the Namibia Premier Football League, Mabos Fries, told Sport on One he is optimistic about the Football League kicking off on Saturday.
Then we also have a match Saturday and Sunday in Rundu, or Chivarango, Windhoek, and as well in Hobabels. So there are plenty of matches all over the country. Every day there will be 8 matches. So for the weekend there's a total of 16 matches that will be played in the Namibia Premier League. We got some commitment from SKW that also SK will add some value or add some add to the stadiums. The only channels that we have experienced over the couple of matches that we played in Windhoek is the attendance. There's certain negative factors that influence the maximum attendance of our supporters and fans at our stadiums.
Fries also took the opportunity to thank all football clubs for advertising their clubs and matches on different social media platforms.
The clubs have taken the initiative to spend that resources that they are giving to them also on marketing, and you can see all over the social media, each and every game, it seems like the clubs are competing to ensure that they can attract the people. So they are bringing their side too as well. So we need to applaud them for that. The other part also is that we need to make sure that competition is there. Currently, I need to inform the nation that promotional education will be played through all the different leagues. So which means clubs will be relegated and clubs will be remoted.
The Premier Football League boss also reassured enthusiasts that the biggest match in Otjiwarongo will see fireworks this weekend.
Live fighters said that through the promotion that they will be definitely the first team by virtue of the promotion to beat African Stars. So I think we can expect a very, very competitive match in in Otjiwarongo, especially it's a home ground for live fighters. You can see both teams have played friendlies over the weekend. Live fighters have been in Ocho. African Stars have been playing against UNAM and their own team, Tura Magic and so on. So people are ready. The teams are really preparing themselves because they are fighting for the league title as well as fighting not to be relegated.
Here's a look at the league fixtures for round 8 and 9.